What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about the reasons why I don't like this human experience, or the reason why this human experience is just so dangerous, in my opinion. The reasons why, in my opinion, it's not a good idea to reincarnate. Let's say I believe in reincarnation. I believe in the afterlife, right? So let's say like um you pass away, right? And now, as a soul, as a spirit, you're fully aware that like you passed away, and you're in the afterlife, right? Now, I personally believe you have an option to either reincarnate. Now, me personally, you do what you want, but if reincarnation is a real thing, I personally would not reincarnate back because like I feel like this human experience, I feel like it's so painful, it's so like traumatizing because like just the fact that you hear stories of like children being born into like molestation, just rape, abuse, and like, how can you control that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking like, imagine being born into like, as a soul, you reincarnate, you're a baby, and only for you to get like abused, raped, or like, molested. You know what I'm saying? And that shit does happen. You know, I don't want to sound like, I don't want to get dark, but like, it's true. You know what I'm saying? That shit's evil as fuck. And people are born into like dysfunctional families. People are born into very abusive situations and shit. And I be thinking to myself like, damn man, like this shit's not like there's so much evil shit that takes place in this world. Like, yeah, so many traumatized people. So much people are in pain. That's one of the main reasons why this world's so messed up. Is because we have so many people who are just so traumatized. A lot of people who are very like they're not right in the head. It's because of the things they've experienced through family members. There's like this is a society, money enslavement, being forced to work at jobs that you don't want to be in, being forced to be around people you don't want to be in. The school system, everything is set up in a way where like you have no control over it, pretty much. But like the reason why there's so much domestic violence, like house violence, is because of the system. Of course, is money corruption. But imagine being as a soul, you're being born into a very dysfunctional family. You know what I'm saying? Like, what inspired me to make this video is the fact that I was watching this one video, right? And this guy was talking about signs of like narcissistic trauma. And like when he was talking about it, he's talking about how like how how much trauma can really affect the human mind in all areas of like, since as a human being, if you experience narcissistic abuse, you're gonna have a lot of hyper vigilance where like you can't sleep properly, or like certain people will remind you of your narcissistic abuser, and then it gives you a form of PTSD and shit like that. So people are really affected by abuse like that. Like that shit really affects the human mind, the human brain, the human body. And just the fact that the human body's so fragile like that. Just the fact that so much evil shit happens like that. You're being born, you're enslaved. There's so much wars and battles and violence that takes place. This world is painful, you know what I'm saying? Even like women when they give birth, and obviously it's a beautiful thing, but at the same time it's painful. Some females even die by giving birth. Even animals, some animals die by giving birth. So life in itself is fucking painful. Even when you grow older, your body gets fragile and shit like that. And like, I've seen it happen. I've seen like a person who passed away naturally from old age. God bless this person, rest in peace. But like, it was this person was in so much pain. This person would like, I remember this person would like scream, yell, because that person was in so much pain. Because that person, he wasn't like he was dying at a natural death. Like he was like, you know, she was like I think like 100 years old. Like she was alive for a long time, very old, and probably like over 100. And like she couldn't go to the bathroom without assistance. Like she would yell and scream because she was in so much pain, like in the verge of death. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself like, why would God even create something like this? Why would God allow something like this to happen? I'm not saying God is evil or good or anything. I'm not saying this experience is evil or good. But what I'm saying from my own observation is that like, without a doubt, the human experience, it's pretty traumatizing. It's pretty like painful. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. This is crazy. I mean, obviously there are good parts of life. There are good things in life. There are good things to enjoy within life. But at the same time, life is just painful, man. People get robbed. People get killed. People suffer. Like, shit, man, you can't even go to the beach properly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, the older I'm getting now, I realize that the beach is not it's not a good area because of the dirty water and stuff like that. Like I saw a video of like a person, he's getting eaten alive by a shark, and like his girlfriend was like watching, and the guy getting eaten by a shark, his father was watching. God bless that person. But it's like it's just this how violent and fucking evil this world is, and like this guy, he didn't have a fighting chance because he was deep in the ocean, and like he's getting attacked by like I think a tiger shark, and like he couldn't do anything about it. You know, so it's just I don't know, man. Just life is life is something else, man. And then think about it. We had World War I, World War II. You know how fucking crazy that is. I forgot what the war was called. We're like Harbor Beach. We're like soldiers. We're going in boats and like they're getting dropped off at the beach, and they're all getting shot at, and missiles being blown, being thrown at them. How are you supposed to survive that? You know what I'm saying? It's like just the fact that we have World War I, World War II, and like the Nazis situation, just all this like and what I forgot what it's called. We're like all the people were like put in this. Oh yeah, those FEMA camps. People were being burned alive. It's just insane. Like, and then back then we used to have like slaves, like enslavement back then and shit like that. Like you know how crazy that is. This shit is not normal. It's not like why is this world so evil? I've been thinking to myself, why is the world so evil, man? There's so much corruption. There's so much violence and shit. No wonder why people call this hell. In the spiritual community, people call Earth hell, and and that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not trying to sound like a downer or anything or be discouraged, but like obviously there are good parts to life. I personally believe that like even though there's a lot of evil in this world and violence and corruption and confusion, I also believe that like there's a higher power, like God or the universe or spirit or your higher self, whatever you believe in. I personally believe in God and the universe. I personally, or I don't know, it's complicated when it comes to belief systems because, like, if they are real, why would they even allow so much evil to happen if God is so almighty and the universe is the way it is? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they even allow shit like this to happen? So sometimes I question God or I question the universe, and maybe I am programmed. Maybe they're not real, but I personally have an open mind, so I believe everything. But I personally believe basically there's a good force, whatever that thing is, and there are good people out there that are meant to make this world a better place by like giving people more spiritual knowledge, by teaching people how to like by letting people by exposing the corruption and the evilness and the violence of this world. I believe people have certain spiritual missions to where like they're meant to uplift humanity, uplift the collective, make this world a better place. I mean, I feel like everyone has a mission like that, but I'm saying like but this is what I'm saying. There are people who have a spiritual mission that are meant to uplift this world and make this world a better place and to make a huge impact for people, right? So there is a good and evil, good and bad. This is how it is. I guess there's no right or wrong based on what I've learned, but this is crazy, man. But like, yeah, but it was crazy. Like, what inspired me to make this video was like I was watching the video, and I don't know I mentioned this before, but like this guy in his YouTube channel, I forgot his name, but he mentioned that like he's talking about narcissistic abuse and like how abuse affects the human body, and he's talking about signs of it and like people like one of the signs like people, and those were like real reports, like people having PTSD or like they can't sleep at night, or like they'll even see certain people, they remind them of their abusers and then they get PTSD. Just the fact that narcissistic abuse from like either a family member or a stranger or at the workplace, just the fact that that shit have so much huge impact in the human body. You know how crazy that is? It can affect your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like people really can't sleep at night. People have PTSD. People, their nervous system is not regulated because of the amount of abuse they have to experience. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like reincarnating in this human experience is so risky as a soul. Like it's so risky, you know what I'm saying? Because so much possibilities could happen, and then you have the wildlife. You see how animals just kill each other, just didn't annihilate each other. You know how evil that is. Like this world is evil, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I also believe there are good parts to this world. I feel like that this human experience has a lot of meanings. It definitely is a confusing place, but like I don't know, man. But I also believe in spiritual protection. So I believe like people were meant to do people who are meant to uplift this world, they're very heavily spiritually protected, without a doubt. But I also believe in free will. So I also believe that like people's free will can really cause people to experience harmful shit. I've also believe in spiritual warfare. So I believe there's a lot of demonic entities, demonic activity that like to influence other people to harm other people that are on a spiritual path. You know what I'm saying? This is where you get your spiritual warfare from. Even this is where you get your demonic possession and like narcissistic abuse like that. So life is just crazy, but just gotta fight through the bullshit and just try to do what's right. Follow your heart, have integrity, have morals, treat people how you can be treated, and just know that like if you have a gift or a talent, please show it to the world because this world needs it, man. But again, I'm not trying to sound dramatic or anything like that. I understand there are good parts to this world, and like you know what I'm saying, like. But this is part of this human experience. This is part of this realm where like shit like this is supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? But this is why people say there's higher realms. There's a fifth realm. There's a fourth realm, and we're currently in the third realm, so it makes sense. The higher the realm, the better the world is, I guess. But that's all I gotta say, man. And comment down below your thoughts. And like I said, I'm not trying to sound like a downer, but there are good parts to this world as well. But I'm starting to acknowledge the fact that there is evil and violence and corruption within this world. But that's all I gotta say. Have a good one. Peace.